I fear I can confidently say this might be the video that might actually get me canceled within this community. And this is coming from the same creator who thought it was a good idea to talk about 5 controversial artists in Just Dance, while also deciding it was a smart idea to put Melanie Martinez in the thumbnail. And here I thought, yeah, sure, it's almost been a year since I've started making videos on this channel. Why not make another attempt of trying to get myself canceled within this community? So that's what I'm doing today. So over a month ago, I asked on a community post to give me your Just Dance ships. And I not only asked on YouTube, but I also asked on Tumblr. And yeah, here I am thinking it'd be a great idea to take some of those ships that you love and adore so much and rank them on whether or not I think it's a good pair or not. So I have here 25 fan ships, and I want to make this very clear in case people will get confused. I'm talking fan ships, not canon ones, so you will not be seeing ships like The Bride and Rasputin, The Traveler and Sihanover, Leda and The Traveler, or even Leda and Cygnus, since those are all canon pairings. As much as we all love them, I'm also not including Grace and Ari because of course they're canon, so I'm sorry. But as we all know very well that Grace and Ari are S tier because they're everything. But I will include fan shipping, which are ships that are not canon according to the Just Dance team as far as we're aware, okay? So, now that that's out of the way, let's rank some ships. This might actually be a bad idea. I don't know why I'm doing this. Kitta and Felide. So Felide is the coach for Kitchen Kittens, and Kitta is the coach for Chippy Chippy Chappa Chappa Dooby Dooby Scooby Doo, whatever that was, and Kulikitaka. And yeah, it's the kittens, it's the cute little cats, and you know, after Chippy Chippy, after Dooby Dooby Doo, I will say, I kind of see that. I kind of see it. I mean, she's wearing a chef hat too. They're matching. It's cute. Yeah, I see it. The cute little cats cooking together. I would give anything to see a map with these two together and they're cooking stuff together. You know what? I see it. S tier. Absolute S tier. Adorable. They have potential. I love it. We love to see it. So cute. The 2 coaches for Girlfriend, and yeah, this is a very popular one, and I can absolutely 100% see why. It is such a class. I can see this be a classic enemies to lovers type of thing. The classic punk rock kind of girl with the soft, sweet, nerdy girlfriend. I'm a sucker for that trope. I will not deny. Yeah, I see it. I absolutely see it. S tier. They're absolutely precious. I love them, and I would give anything for us to at least give us some sort of hope that maybe they're dating or they will date. I don't know, but I give anything for these 2 to be brought back in another map. Please, Just Dance, bring them back, or give us some type of closure that maybe they're dating, okay? Please. That's all I need. It's all I need. The coach for 365 and Monique. Okay, so for context, for anyone that has not watched my channel since pretty much the beginning, the coach for Oh No has no canon name at all, and so I decided to give her a name, and I named her Monique. And for somewhere in this community, a lot of my subscribers decided, yeah, no, that's her name. That is officially her name. And I am all for it. Here at Just Dance, if you don't have a name for this coach, I'm just giving you an idea and people seem to love it. But yeah, that aside, did I choose this ship in particular because I wanted an excuse to talk about Monique? Hell yeah, I do, because she is an icon that deserves more recognition, and also I just love Marina that I'm willing to talk about anything that's somewhat related to her. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. But as for her and 365, I personally don't really ship Monique with anyone because I don't see her in a relationship at any sorts, because she doesn't do love, she doesn't do friends, she's only after success. So yeah, that's what I'd see. I will say, her being paired with the coach for 365, I can kind of get, because that coach is a robot and Monique was a mannequin until she was brought to life, so you know, maybe they share some similarities in a way. I mean, I can obviously put in the in joke because she's a robot and Marina has a song called I'm Not a Robot. That'd be a fun little map to do. Like if they bring I Am Not a Robot by Marina in Just Dance and they bring that coach in, that'd be great. That'd be amazing. But as for these two being paired together, I don't 100% see it, but I will say I'm willing to hear you out on this because this does seem to have some potential for a story arc. And you know what? I'm kind of down for it in a way. So B tier. Folie and Illuquim. So Folie is the coach for Funhouse and Illuquim is the coach for Akeda. And I will admit this, at the time when I first played Akeda, before I knew anything about lore, I used to absolutely ship Illuquim with Folie because I thought it would be cool because they're both clowns and they live in this like amusement park kind of thing, carnival thing. So I did ship these two 1000%. So I would have put them on S tier if it weren't for Avery's video about Illuquim. So just to put it short, Folie was affected by one of Illuquim's mazes and became the coach for Funhouse that we see here. And I don't know if this was a good thing or a bad thing. I do know that she is wearing the tights to pay homage to Illuquim, but again, being heavily affected from those mazes, I don't know if this was a good or bad thing. I mean, look at her face. She looks like she's been through some shit. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is like a Harley Quinn ex Joker kind of thing where she starts off kind of normal, but then after being imprisoned or going through what she went through with Illuquim, maybe she starts having feelings for them and starts falling for them. Maybe, I don't know. I could kind of see this be a Harley Quinn ex Joker thing, except hopefully have it be healthier. But I'd say I don't know. Until we get more answers on whether or not it was a good thing or a bad thing, or I'd love to know some more lore behind Folie, I'm gonna put them on C tier for now. I might change it later, but I'll put them on C tier. For clown, Leda and Neo. Okay. Ever since the Bachelorette video, and ever since that wonderful person made a comment about these two and given up a great point, I absolutely ship these two 1000%. Here's my headcanon. I'd love to believe that Leda was the one who created Neo, or gave the idea of creating Neo, because really think about it, Leda is all about perfections, achieving perfections by no matter what the cost is. And Neo was designed to be the perfect dancer in all sorts of forms. So for these two to be paired together makes so much sense. This is gonna sound controversial. I ship Leda with Neo more than anything. More than her and Cygnus, more than her and The Traveler. I even ship Neo with Leda more than anyone. I know people ship him with the coach for Panini. Maybe I do too. I don't know. I never played Panini as a map. I'm sorry. But they have potential too. I'm all for this one. So yeah, I'm obsessed with these two. I see them have potential and they deserve a map together at least. S tier. I'm down for this. We can just ignore the fact that Leda just skipped Neo at the limo arrivals in the Bachelorette video. We're just gonna ignore that. Let's just ignore that. But yeah, they are my OTP and I'm all for it. Okay, so I got a couple of comments revolving the ships between the Just Dancers, aka the coaches in the story mode. And if I go through every single one of them, I'd be here all day. So I'm just selecting the couple of ones that interested me the most into talking about. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to collectively bunch them all into this one chapter. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to get this out of the way. Bretziana and Mihai. At first, I didn't see the appeal. I didn't get it until 2024, Just Dance 2024, and I saw the story mode, and I was like, you know what? I kind of get it, but I also still don't. I think it's just something to do with the big, strong girl x the small, petite person, I guess. Yeah, I still kind of see it in a way, but I don't. It's not my personal ship, but it's a ship I'm willing to hear you out on, so B tier. Jack Rose and Mihai. This I kind of do ship a little more than Breziana and Mihai, and I have a reasoning for that, okay? Let's circle back to Valentine's Day of 2023. I think this was a couple days after Valentine's Day, but on Twitter, Just Dance made this cute little post for Valentine's Day where we see everyone in the Just Dancers opening up Valentine's Day cards, and Jack Rose reads one, but it wasn't signed. It wasn't signed by anyone, and look who's not in the post. Mihai. Headcanon, Mihai's the one that gave Jack Rose the note. Mihai may have a crush on Jack Rose. Who knows? I don't know. But I think it's adorable. I love to believe that Mihai may have a crush on Jack Rose, or that Jack Rose may also have a crush on Mihai. I don't know, but you know what? I think it'd be adorable, and I kind of fuck with it in a way. So yeah, I don't care what anyone's gonna say. They're my S tier. I'm down for this. Jack Rose and Wanderlust. No. Jack Rose and Sarah. I don't know what to think of this one. I mean, it could be a nice trope of the good girl ex the son of a villain. I kind of see it, and you know what? I kind of get it. But I will say most of me is more of a sucker of Jack Rose and Mihai. I kind of just ship them a little more. I'm not vibing with this one though. I guess it's not my full cup of tea, but I'm willing. I would not be mad if this does end up being canon, okay? If the Just Dancers end up having a relationship, like if one of the ships end up being canon, I wouldn't really be mad of what in particular. So if Jack Rose and Sarah end up being together, I mean, it wouldn't be my favorite, but I wouldn't be against it. So I'd say C tier. Now, Sarah and Wanderlust, on the other hand, you know what? Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I can see, someone brought up a good point when requesting this ship, and it's the parallel between these two, along with the Traveler and Leda. I mean, Wanderlust sees Sarah, and he brings her to the dance first. He brings her to this world. He just shows her what a great place it is. Kind of similar to the Traveler with Leda, However, unlike the Traveler and Leda, where it ended up having a bad ending between these two, hopefully it seems like Wanderlust and Sarah seem to vibe a little more. There's no bad blood or anything between them. And although Sarah doesn't really stay in the dance first, she still chooses to live in the real world. It's nice to see that she still has connections with Wanderlust, and she's still there to vibe with him. And you know what? Yeah, absolutely, yeah, I see it. I ship them more. I do see it. S tier. Absolutely. They're my end game, in my opinion. I ship them as well. Mihai x Liza Friday from the AO3 series. There's Just Dance fan fiction? When did that happen? When? Holy shit, it's real. There are 13 fics about Liza Friday and Mihai. I don't know what fic this person is talking about, but there's a lot. People are into this pair, and I'm a little bit afraid to read some of them, but you know, just looking at these two alone, I guess I can kind of see it. I'd say Liza Friday, you know, she's nervous. She's like trying to break out of her shell, and then by the comfort of some of her friends, she ends up breaking out in the TGIF map. And you know what? It's nice. It's nice. I love to see her happy. Mihai, they're in their own world. They put on their headphones and they end up dancing, and they're in their own little magical world, dancing, living their life. I kind of vibe with it. You know what? Yeah, I kind of vibe with it in a way, but okay, some of you need to tell me about this like fanfic, okay? You know what? No, 1,000 likes. 1,000 likes on this video, and I will make a video talking about Just Dance fanfics. I'm willing to actually do it. I'm willing to do it. But as of right now, you know what? I didn't get the appeal at first, and now you have my attention. I'm putting them on A tier. Clementine and Asterina. First of all, I feel sorry for anyone who is being shipped with Clementine, because why would anyone fall in love with a person who would beat up Pedro Pascal and throw salami at SpongeBob? I have a feeling that people who are new to this channel and haven't seen my stupid simulator videos will have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. I just sound stupid right now. But if you watched my simulator videos, you'll know the lore. And basically, I have this beef with Clementine, and I could just play along with it for this video, but I want to be fair with these ships, so I'm gonna put all that aside, okay? So Clementine, I'm willing to put the beef aside just to talk about your ships. But yeah, Clementine and Asterina, look, let's face it. Let's face it. We all know why people are shipping them. It's Avery and Dina. We get it. I get it. We get it. Nothing against them, by the way. They're both gorgeous women. And, you know, I kind of do get the appeal. It's the red and blue kind of thing. I just more so see them as allies, like duos in a way. But I kind of also see them as enemies to lovers. So, you know, I kind of fuck with it in a way. You know, red and blue are definitely such a good combination in terms of shipping. So I kind of do vibe with it a lot. Yeah, I kind of do. I just see them as enemies at first, but lovers eventually. So I'd say at best, I'll put them on A tier. While I'm still talking about Clementine, let's also talk about probably the second most popular ship with her, and that's Clementine and Freyja. Obviously, these two have more of a backstory between them as they're friends, and Freyja ends up helping Clementine be broken out of whatever prison Nighthlong ended up putting her in. And yeah, obviously, of course, I am more of a sucker with these two because they have lore and stuff. In terms of them being girlfriends, I'm not against it, but I more so just kind of friendship these two in a way. I don't know. I don't really know how to put it. Yeah, I kind of just friendship these two more than have them be girlfriends. But not that I'm against these two being girlfriends, okay? I'm down for girlfriends. But I just more so see them as more of a friendship kind of thing. I guess it's because I am kind of shipping her with Asterina a little more. But I would not be against Clementine and Freyja being a couple. Maybe they could be runaways. Maybe they run away together and then they end up falling in love and she ends up falling in love with her best friend. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, this ship is now growing on me again. I take it back. They're S tier now. Fuck it. They're S tier. I take it back. Yeah. Sorry about my stupid rant before. I'm an idiot. So yeah, actually. Yeah, forget everything I said before. S tier. Hell yeah. I fuck with this now. Eva Chase and Iris. These two have become fairly popular recently after the map You Love Who You Love, when it turns out that Iris is the one who's searching up and doing research on Eva Chase. And, you know, I see why. I can see them be another enemies to lovers kind of thing, where Iris is doing all this research towards her enemy, and only to find out she's slowly realizing that she's falling for her enemy. And you know what? I'm a sucker for that fucking trope as well. So I can kind of see Eva just like luring her in and just attracting her into this, and then Eva also falls in love with Iris. Hell yeah, you know? You know what? I'll say this. Until we get more context for their story, if we get more lore between them, I would absolutely put them in S tier, but I'll put them on A tier for now, because I think I do fuck with the idea of enemies to lovers. I think they would be great. But until further notice, I'm willing to at least push it back a little bit until we get more stories between these two, because all we know so far is Eva Chase is just, you know, she's just the bad guy, and I guess. And Iris is doing research, trying to figure her out and stuff. So until we get more backstory, until we get more stories between these two, they're A tier for now. Okay, this one's interesting. Teenage Dream and Take On Me. I for a good minute, did not know why this was a pairing until I looked at the Teenage Dream map one more time, and I completely forgot that one of the posters in the background is the coach of Take On Me. So I love to headcanon the fact that he's like a celebrity. He's like a pop star or something, and she just has a poster of him on her wall. And frankly, I think that's adorable. So I think that'd be a cute little story, you know, fangirl turned girlfriend, because it's kind of common before. It happens in real life, you know? So I like to believe that it's like a cute fangirl ex-pop star kind of thing. Hopefully appropriate. I mean, I don't know how old these coaches are. Hopefully they're around the same age. I'd be very bad if it ends up being like very wrong. So, you know what? For now, I'll put them on B tier. I see it. I think it's adorable, and I just would love to see the coach from Teenage Dream come back again. I think she deserves more. She just deserves more appreciation, like including giving her a love interest. I just would love to see her again. But yeah, B tier. All right, now's the time I probably bring up my most requested ship that I have received, and holy shit. Yeah, you guys really love this pairing. The Frost Princess and the Lava Princess from Where Have You Been, which according to people, their names are Frost and Pele? I don't know what's the right way to say her name, so I'm just gonna call her Lava Princess until someone in the comments correctly tells me how to say her name correctly, okay? Please and thank you. But yeah, I see them absolutely. They're my lesbians. I am down for this. Oh my god, literally, people would have no idea what we're talking about if they haven't seen the battle mode. If you've seen the battle mode, you know damn well they're dating afterwards. They would be dating afterwards. It's a classic enemies to lovers thing. And you know, fire and ice, blue and red, of course, another case scenario of that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I'd give anything to see these two come back. Please, I have ideas of what songs could be for these two. Please bring them back. Oh my god, I have ideas. I have my own lore between these two, but I'm not gonna bring it up because none of you will probably care. But I have ideas, and I fuck with this ship. They're my favorite lesbians, even though they're not confirmed at all, but I'd give anything for these two to at least hold hands. Oh my god, they had so much tension in the battle mode. I'm obsessed with these two. S tier, SS plus tier, if anything. They're my OTP. They're my endgame. I'd give anything. I love them more than anything. Please make them canon. I'd give anything for that. Speaking of battle modes, I figured it's also important to talk about Joshua and Maybel. Joshua's the coach for Beauty and the Beast, and Maybel's the coach for Call Me Maybe. Both infamously did a battle mode, and yeah, no, this is another case of why battle mode pairings also make great ships. These two, their chemistry in here is adorable, okay? The Call Me Maybe one is probably the cutest one. Beauty and the Beast, kind of hot in a way. I think they just make a hot pair. They're adorable together. Also, blue and pink. This is a case scenario of blue and pink also being a great match in couples, which, funny enough, we'll talk about very soon. But yeah, hell yeah. Also, I've seen fan art of these two on Tumblr. Obsessed. I adore them. Yeah, hell yeah. I fuck with this the most. S tier. Bring them back. I'd give anything for these two to be brought back as well. Oh my gosh. Speaking of another battle mode pair, we got the coach from Kiss You and the coach for Pound the Alarm. And yeah, I don't really vibe with these two more compared to Joshua and Maybel, but I'm not fully against it. I personally think it's kind of like they hate each other, but they secretly like each other. Like, the reason they act like they hate each other is because they secretly like one another kind of thing. You know, that kind of trope? I kind of see it. I guess I'm just not fully vibing with these two compared to Joshua and Maybel, but not fully against it. So I can see these two potentially. So C tier. Alright, I did get a comment talking about the coach for moves like Jagger, like Coach 3, who's also in YMCA, along with the coach for Never Gonna Give You Up. And I'm gonna put them as an honorable mention because I found more pairings with the moves like Jagger coach, and I just don't really see Mr. Overload paired with anyone else aside from the coach for Break Free, because after one last time, they're perfect. They're everything. They're my everything. They're perfect. I love them. I don't ship them with anyone else. They're perfect and they're my endgame. But speaking of moves like Jagger, I did get a comment asking about that same coach with the coach for Follow the Leader. And yeah, I did not see the appeal for these two. All I got from this was that they wear red, they have dark hair. That's kind of all I saw until I went on the Just Dance wiki and I was looking for photos of these coaches so I can make these little pictures on my tier list. And I saw this behind the scenes image with that dancer and the dancer of the Moves Like Jagger coach. And now I'm sold. I'm sold. You know what? Yeah, absolutely. They would 1000% be a gorgeous couple together. So, I'd give anything for these two to be in a map together. I think they'd be pretty cool. A tier, if anything. Yeah, A tier. Speaking of moves like Jagger, no one suggested this ship, but I did see on Tumblr that someone ships the first coach for moves like Jagger with the coach for On the Floor from Just Dance 4. And I've seen fan art of these two. And you know what? Yeah. Hell yeah. I ship them too. Fuck yeah. They would be such a hot couple. I vibe with these two. So I'm adding them on this list just for me because it's my channel and I can do what I want. So I make my own rules. S tier. They absolute S tier. Hell yeah. Alright, so I got a couple comments comparing Pandafan and Deerstan along with Panda and Rudolf. So since they're kind of the same, I'm just gonna bunch them together into this one chapter. Pandafan and Deerstan, I just see them as a bromance. It's kind of also, I'm not gonna talk about this, but like Ruben and Polo from Mood and Danger High Voltage were also a very popular ship. And I more so just friendship them instead of gay shipping them. Nothing against them, by the way. I just more so see them as a friendly kind of bond, if anything. So, like, again, if you ship them, that's completely fine. It's just how I view these pairings. But yeah, again, I just want to make this clear because I fear I'm gonna get some comments saying that I'm homophobic because I'm like against certain gay ships or anything. I got nothing against the gays. I love the gays. It's just when it comes to shipping, sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't, okay? I hope you respect that. But Pandafan and Deerstan, I just see them as buddies. I kind of just, if anything, maybe I see them as a throuple with Unicorn Lover. Who knows? Maybe. But I just see them as buddies along with Panda and Rudolf. The same literally can be said here. You know what? Because of this, I'm gonna make a new tier. That's not F tier because I'd be way too mean. So I'm just gonna put a tier below it that says I friendship these guys. It's not bad, but it's also not like, oh, I ship it kind of thing. I just see them as friends. So I friendship these guys. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm putting Ruben and Polo on there too, in case people wonder where I'm putting these guys. I just see them as buddies. So I'm so sorry. Again, I'm not homophobic. I love the gays. Now, speaking of gay pairings, Rasputin and The Traveler. This is another pairing that I feel like you'll know if you see my stupid simulator videos. I did a Bachelor one and I just decided to add Rasputin in the video, and now I'm getting people saying that they now ship Rasputin and The Traveler because of that video. I have an influence within this community, and I don't know if that should be a good or very bad thing. So I don't know. It hasn't been a year, but I'm already leaving an influence on this community. And you know what? God damn it, I'm proud of it. S tier. Okay, I was scrolling through the comments section just so I can get a couple more ships. And this person said the Carrot with Leda. And the person below said, I get the reference. I don't know what reference it is. And I kind of don't want to know. I don't know. That's because it's a carrot It's a carrot. Why would Leda fall in love with a carrot? I don't know, and I don't want to know. I'm gonna put this on F tier. I'm sorry, but like, I don't want to know. Please don't ever. I'm kind of scared now. Bella and Rita Piña. Did I also choose this because I wanted an excuse to bring up Bella? Hell yeah, because she also deserves recognition and love. She deserves better. And Avery, if you are watching this video, I am still begging you to dance to Big Girl, You're Beautiful. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the day that you do it. That's my personal request. I'm waiting for that to happen. But anyways, yeah, Bella and Rita Piña, that's an interesting pair. I personally, this is gonna be a side note. I've seen people ship Bella with the coach for Baby Girl. I think that's the name of this map. I don't fucking remember this map. But I've seen that pairing along with the coach for I'm Sexy and I Know It. And you know what? I like those pairings more. I'm currently trying to place if this is a pairing from the RuPaul's Drag Race Simulator video I did. I don't know. I have not seen that video pretty much since I uploaded it. But I kind of just don't vibe with the ship as much, so respectfully I'm gonna put it on D tier. I do love these coaches and I vibe with them, but in terms of them being a ship, I'm sorry, it's kind of just not for me. But yeah, respectfully D tier. I'm so sorry, my girls. California Girls and Cake by the Ocean. I don't know if either of these guys have names, I don't know. But, you know, I'd like to thank the map for Sugar for giving us some ideas for ships. I know it pretty much was confirmed by the Lore Guardian that all the other coaches that were in the Bride and Rasputin's engagement party are just guests. So there's no like canon confirmed pairs. But, you know, I'd love to leave an exception for these two. I'd like to believe that California Girls would date the guy from Cake by the Ocean. I think they would be an adorable pair together, but there's not much we can really work off of here, I guess. I mean, I guess the only theme here is summer, I guess, because, you know, Cake by the Ocean is underwater. California Girls is in the summer. She's all summery, and, you know, summer sometimes involves the ocean. B tier, whatever. Flake and Mama Christmas. Flake, the coach for Think About Things. I had not played this one until recently, just so I can get the idea of this video. And you know, I kind of vibe with these two a little bit. You know, they're both animated coaches for Christmassy themed maps, and you know, both were kind of hated because they were animated, even though I kind of didn't think their backlash was as bad compared to other maps. But I kind of do vibe with this. And you know what? This is one of those examples where fan art tends to convince me in a way, because I've seen fan art about these two, and you know what? Yeah, I see them being adorable together. B tier. Beedabop and Vector. So Vector, for context, is the name of the coach that I gave for the coach for Video Kill the Radio Star. Again, like Monique, it managed to stick within my subscribers, and now people are choosing to have that be his name. And you know what? Yeah. Again, I have some influence within this community. I don't know if it's a good thing or a very bad thing, but I have influence. But yeah, speaking of, these two were paired up in my Hunger Games video, and they had almost no interaction at all. I guess the one connection they have is they're both robots. I mean, they're adorable. Don't get me wrong. They're adorable, and I think Beedabop deserves more recognition, and it's unfair how he was hated on solely because he's just an animated little robot. So give my boy some more love. As for these two being a pairing, I think I gotta do the same route as just me friendshipping these two. I personally see Vector adopting Beedabop as like his robot buddy, his robot son, if anything. Like, I see more of a parental kind of vibe between these two. Because I had Kitta and Beedabop as a sweet little guy, okay, who got adopted by Clementine and Freyja, which if you haven't seen part 2 of my Hunger Games video, you'll know why. But I'd love to headcanon the fact that Clementine and Freyja adopted Beedabop, but Vector is like his papa in a way. That's what I see it, so I'm gonna put them and I friendship it. speaking of another ship that's coming from my channel, SpongeBob and Leda. You know what? I want you to picture this. There are people in the Just Dance community, either from Reddit or Tumblr, who have no knowledge of my existence, no knowledge of this channel at all, and they bring up and ask a question, hey, what are your Just Dance ships? Who are 2 coaches from Just Dance that you personally think would be a cute couple? And you who do watch my videos, just proudly display in the comments, SpongeBob and Leda. And then the other person would just go, what the fuck is that? Again, I have some sort of, no, forget it, everything. You know what? Forget everything I said about Leda and Neo. This is my OTV. Hell yeah, SpongeBob could do no wrong, okay? This pairing is everything. I mean, it even led to this gorgeous picture that I made. I am so proud of that edit. I'm never deleting this off my phone. And they're everything. Hell yeah. You know what? I'm making another tier above it that's called the OTP Endgame or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna put them on OTP. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna end this off by ending it with the most recent pairing from the most recent music pack that is currently taking the fan base by storm with shipping Adora and Nessa. And yeah, it's unknown whether or not they're just friends or if they're maybe potentially more, but I'm all for these 2, okay? I'm all for these 2 being gay. I'm all for Adora being a bisexual icon and Nessa being a lesbian. Maybe these 2 could be the map for Good Luck Babe. They have potential. I'm just saying. I know people are saying that Grace and Ari should have a map for Good Luck Babe. I think these 2, because at least we see that she was in love with a guy and then she maybe may fall in love with her friend. Who knows? Also, pink and blue. That's just a classic pair. They're officially the lesbian colors for Just Dance, okay? Every blue-haired girl just needs a pink-haired girlfriend. It's common fact now. So yeah, S tier. Absolute S tier. I'd love to see them again. They're adorable, okay? They're just absolutely adorable, and I would not be mad if they're together. I would ship the hell out of them. Alright, and here is my full final tier list. I'd hope I made it out alive without losing subscribers, but if I didn't, it was really nice while it lasted being in the Just Dance community. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This was kind of troublesome for me to add. There were a lot of more ships that I could talk about, but we'd be here for a very long time. Also, my voice is still kind of recovering after the Lady Gaga ranking video, so it's kind of still recovering a little bit from that, but it is a lot better now. But I will say, yeah, that's it. I'm currently working on a video for the 1-year anniversary of this channel, at least for me making videos on this channel. Technically, it is a couple years old, but it will officially mark the 1 year of me making videos on this channel, and I'd say it's absolutely crazy. It's insane. Yeah, it's insane. But I have a video in mind that I know what I'm gonna do, so stay tuned for that one, along with another video I am currently working on before. Hopefully it's probably gonna be the first video I make in June, but we'll see where that goes. But yeah, if you want, subscribe to the channel and also check me out on Blue Sky. That's right, I got a Blue Sky now because I was bored, I guess. I don't know. I wanted another part of social media, but I didn't want to get Instagram because that scares me, and Twitter also terrifies me, so Blue Sky felt safe. So yeah, check me out on there, along with Tumblr. You can check me out as well. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I'll see you guys in my next video, so until then, goodbye!